finally got to the 1,000 hours mark in the 10,000 hours experiment. Yeah, it's not quite a lot, but there's some really great things that's happened in the last 1,000 hours and in the recent months in the 10,000 hours experiment. So I just wanted to share it with you guys and just sort of put a snapshot of what I've really learned, and the key takeaways for me is I'm going to do some more videos. The next one I'm going to do is about sort of what I've had to do during the 1,000 hours so far to actually be able to practice, because my body wasn't letting me at one point to do with sort of stretch and stuff. So that'll be the next one I'll come with. But yeah, really just to give a snapshot of, you know, the key takeaways of what's got me to the kind of level I'm at the moment. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing my London County top. So I've not played yet, but I've been called up for county, which for me is a great point to do this video. Just before the 1,000, well, I've hit 1,000 hours now, but I got the call last week, the call up for London County team, which for me is a massive achievement, you know, and I think it's a great example for anyone who wants to put their mind to something, you know, and go and do something, especially in darts, from a standing start. You know, January 2020, last year, I've never really played, so I was at a 40 average and nothing had really been happening. So for me to go to that, to where I am now, you know, I'm averaging regularly around between say high 70s, you know, and low 90s on a good day is really where I feel my game should be. But I'm ahead of where I thought I was going to be, to be honest. I didn't think I'd get a shot at a sort of county match or anything like that until probably at least, I was hoping for this time next year, to be honest. So I'm ahead of where I thought I'd be, but just with the right practice, and I'll do some more videos about, you know, some stuff that I've done routines wise. A lot of the routines that I did use and stuff like that are already on my YouTube channel. But you know, to get to 1,000 hours, and I want to say a big thank you to everybody who supported the journey so far. Means a massive difference to me when people are saying, you know, nice positive stuff and really just, you know, just telling me about what they're doing and, you know, how it's inspired them. It really means a lot to me, and I didn't think I'd get as much interaction and people interested in it. I have people sometimes, I'm at an event, people come recognise me from YouTube and say, oh, you know, I like this video, or I found that really helpful. It's just amazing to me to still see. So thank you for all that, and please, yes, still keep trying to push away, and you guys for your journeys, if you are doing something in darts, you know, or you just do it for fun, you know, see if you can hit that board and hit it in practice hours. So, you know, I know what I'm doing is a little bit extreme, but the key takeaways for me from trying to get to this point where I'm at now, doing 1,000 hours of really what I would call deliberate practice. You know, I worked with, before he passed away, Dr. Anders Ericsson, on the whole deliberate practice and the expert on experts. So trying to really make sure you get the most out of every session, and trying to balance it around a normal working life. That's been the hardest thing. There's some really hard times for me doing a job. I've changed my job since I started. There's a lot of different things that have changed to try and fit in the hours that I have, and the last sort of few months I've really upped the ante, and you know, lucky been able to do that. So for me, but the key takeaways for getting from a standing start to say, you know, where I'm at now, a lower stand county level. You know, I'm not at the height of the top county players yet. You know, there's still a long way to go, but I'm at the starting point of that county sort of scene, which is great for me. So I would say when you're practicing, you know, make sure you do practice. That's a big thing. I'll never get a call up county unless I was putting some hours in that I had, and also showing that performance when I'm out and about places. I haven't played that well in the Super League, how I can play, but when I've played in singles leagues, which has made a huge difference in person, it's been absolutely huge, you know, because I've played my best games, I've played people, and then people start talking about what you're doing, and it makes a difference. So playing a lot does really help. Actually playing physically and playing in live competitions massively helps as well, because you're just getting used to the pressure. So number one, I'd definitely say when you're practicing, make sure you practice deliberately. What I mean by that is you're focusing on all the time working on things. So you're working on, so at the moment I'm working on just getting my grouping tighter again, because where I've been playing a lot, I've not practiced on the board so much. So for me, I've not been breaking down the throw, working out what's sending me one way or another, just relaxing fingers, stuff like that. So work on whatever your weakness is in your game, identify it, then work on it, and then go and do that them hours in practice, because that will then give you the benefit later down the line when you're playing. Secondly, then playing regular high quality practice. Playing with someone who's just a similar sort of level to you that doesn't really test you is okay, but unless you're making it more difficult for yourself, you're generally going to stay at the same sort of level because you're not pushing yourself out of the comfort zone. So getting comfortable with being uncomfortable is a huge thing, I believe. So that's really helped me in the last couple of months to kind of, so when I'm playing in normal things, I'm playing regularly around an 80, 85 because it's become normal to do it, and then I'm almost annoyed when I don't play at that level. But that leads me on nicely to the third point, which for me is a real key, is framing in your mind how to reduce pressure. So it's been a big thing really that makes a big difference when you're playing on a good standard or in front of people or just at a decent competition or something like that, is kind of being in the moment and just not letting your emotions get on top of you, trying to make sure that you're, and I'm going to do some more videos on this specifically, but just being mindful of what you're doing, you know, trying to make sure that when you're going to play, you're not thinking about the result, you're not thinking about how well you're going to do, you're just literally going and playing, be in the moment, enjoy what you're doing. I would say that to everyone who I speak to, just enjoy the moment, enjoy your playing, and just try and hit some good shots, you know, try and hit some good scores and just keep it going. And you'd be surprised sometimes when I play my best is there's nothing in my head, it's just throwing and just going for it and trying to make it feel like a practice session. You know, I know when I go for doubles in a match sometimes and I've got a little bit of pressure on myself compared to say when I'm doing it on a practice board, I'm going to hit them 1 out of 3 times every single time pretty much in practice, whereas sometimes in a match you can go on a run where you'll miss a few. So that's just something that I would say I've really learned from 1,000 hours of darts practice, and hopefully it helps. But I will do more, and you know, the YouTube's becoming a bit more time to put into it now. So I'm trying to make sure I do some more content for you guys, and there's a couple of requested videos which I will do. Hopefully as we get down to sort of December, get a bit more time. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know, thank you so much. 1,000 hours done, that's off my tick sheet, and I've hit some of my good goals this year. The one goal I haven't hit, I've won a tournament this year, I've done some other great goals, but the one I haven't done is hit a 9-darter in practice. I keep missing double 12 or missing on the treble 19, because I try and do that quite a lot, but that's the next goal that either will be at the end of this year, hopefully, or some point next year, which I will then know I'm jumped up a standard when I get that. So keep setting goals for yourself, no matter where your goals are at, even if they're for fun. Just set little goals, try and reach them, and then move them on. So for me, that's the crux of the video, and hopefully there's some help in there. But it just goes to show you, you know, what you can do with practice is, all right, I'm not on the stage and doing massive things yet, but going to be on a county stage soon, and hopefully, yeah, playing with the best players in London. So it's for me a big achievement, and just to get to 1,000 hours is great in the first place. To be honest, it's quite a lot of hours done, and I forget, and that's why I'm glad I've documented it. But yeah, thanks so much for the support, and I'll speak to you guys soon.